Welcome to Learning Bites. We're looking at steady leadership in uncertain times.
Can you describe what it looks like when a team is feeling uncertain and unsettled and what they need from their leadership?
In today's current environment, the news is having to get more and more sensationalist in order to capture people's attention. And they focus on all that's going wrong. So what can happen is that people can begin to become very worried around the external macro environment. Your job as a leader is to be able to recognize this and to realize that you need to give hope and a vision. In the absence of that, people have a vacuum and we tend to fill the vacuums in our mind with the worst case scenario. So leaders want to be able to cast a vision of where this company and this team is going to counter the negativity that's happening out in the world.
What does steady leadership look like when you can't promise outcomes but you still need to give people confidence?
Leadership is best done from a place of absolute authenticity and trustworthiness. Therefore, you want to be very careful not to promise things that you've got no control over. We can't promise where the fuel prices are going to be, what's going to happen to the stock market, what's going to happen with government decisions. What we want to be able to focus on as a leader is what we can promise. And that comes down to the decisions that you will make, the actions that you will take, the meetings that you have as a team where you resolve to focus on what you can influence. Leaders should focus on promising those factors and then following through, because that's what builds trust internally in the team and in the leadership.
When leaders don't address uncertainty, how does this change their behavior inside a team?
Human beings don't like uncertainty, and so if you have uncertainty, what people begin to do is not know what's happening. And so if you like, there's shadows in their brains, and whenever there's a shadow, whenever there's a vacuum, people will tend to fill it with worst case scenario, as I mentioned. And so what we want to be able to do is to notice when our team isn't inspired, when they're nervous. We want to listen to the conversations happening around us and realize that our team needs certainty in a world that's filled with so much uncertainty. Therefore, your role as a leader is to help create the certainty in the areas that you can influence and in the areas that will make a team know that there's some part of their life where at least they can count on a person and a team around them to get results. Here's to your success.